this month is all about your relationships and also about diving deep into your unconscious and finding your power. You can do it. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a wild ride. It's going to make you feel like, whoa, it's a bit of a ghost train. But you come out and you hit the jackpot, and I know you can do it. So let's get started with the good news. Mercury, the planet of communication, is going direct. Yeah, baby. How long have we waited for that? It has been, I don't know about you, I think this is one of the worst Mercury retrogrades I've ever had. And I'm filming this in the middle of it. It is disaster, darling. Anyway, I don't know about, I would imagine you've had a lot of tough times. Maybe it's to do with your relationships, partnerships, anything to do with one-to-one with another person may have been a bit tricky. Maybe you didn't know where you stood. Maybe you felt a bit misunderstood. It's all been chaos and complexity and, you know, confusion. Anyway, from the 2nd, it gets not only better, it gets divine, because you have the gift of the gab. You could talk to people and you've got the empathy and you've got the feeling, and people are like, oh, I'm loving this Virgo. This Virgo is sweet. You've just got all the right vibes to bring harmony, peace, beauty into your environment, beauty into your individual relationships. So that's go, go, go. Now, there is a new moon in Aries, which is not only symbolic of this next month, but also a gear shift when it comes to you being in your power. How do you feel about your power? What makes you feel vulnerable? What pokes your buttons? The 8th house is primal. It's all about life, death, rebirth, sex, money, power. And if there's anything going on for you in those areas, you're able to let it go with a new moon. That's why I love a new moon. It's like, bye, Felicia. Off you go. I'm going onwards on a whole different pathway. And your pathway is to feel more powerful, to step to the next level of your power, to let go of fear and to move on. There may be issues that you have to let go of to do with obsession, addiction, desire, fear. Have I said fear twice? Anyway, you're able to let go of that and move forward and feel empowered. We do have the sun squaring Saturn, and there may be some emotions you need to sort out when it comes to your intimate and sensual relationships or your friendships, your intensity that you have with another human. And it's like, whoa, you know, how am I going to deal with that? But you will. And I would say the key to that is not to give your power away, to know that you are lovable, to know that you are divine, and to know that you are equal to all. A wonderful little experience this month for you is when Venus and Neptune, I'm just looking out the window, there's about 1,000 crows flying out there. I know it's an omen for you, and it's quite extraordinary. Anyway, this wonderful experience where Venus and Neptune are joining forces in your relationship zone. You are like having a soulmate experience. You're just merging with a lover or a friend, and you know that feeling when you just feel at one with the universe. Just you feel like, just lovely, all caramelly inside. Well, that is the extraordinary, beautifully, sweetly intense experience you could have in the middle of the month, after the 10th, on the 10th. And it's just like, you know, you just sort of fall into someone. Happy days. Even if you're single, you just have that sense of loving the people around you and feeling grateful to be alive. Now, Jupiter is going retrograde in your home and family zone. There may be some work you've got to do connected to your home and family. Jupiter is all about good fortune and stretching, but when Jupiter goes retrograde, it's not a bad thing. It just means it slows the energy down a bit for you to work with that energy. Now, there's a grand fire trine, which is pushing us all on, and you're learning to balance your intense feelings. Now, Virgos, you know, traditionally people don't say about Virgos that they're really intense. I know a lot of Virgos. You are an intense bunch. You have really, really strong feelings that you don't necessarily show on the surface. And this is going to help you combine your feelings to make magic with them. Use your intuition so that you're not kind of stumbling into situations because you're being too rational. You know, if you trust your intuition, you can deal with stuff long before it happens, because, you know, you have those psychic superpowers buried within those emotions. You might dismiss them, but they are there, so listen to them. Now, Mercury and Venus are changing signs, going into your intense zone, because it is an intense month. How was last April? I mean, you generally feel more intense at this time of the year. Again, you might become obsessed with someone. You might have an affair, a love triangle, or something becomes compelling and addictive. Try and keep it balanced. You will be digging into the unconscious of other people. You can sense what's going on in the shadow of other people's lives. If somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, you're like, I can see what's already going on. So no one can fool you. That's the good news. Now, there is a full blue moon. A blue moon is when we have a second moon of the same sign, and for you it's in your area of security. Now, when it's a blue moon, it means you're getting a double message, you know, so hopefully you'll look back to the last full moon and go, what happened then? What was the message? Did you work with that energy? If you did, you could be flung into a reward. If you didn't work with that energy, there may be another harsher lesson coming around your sense of security. Of course, I would say to you, beautiful soul, be secure within yourself. Build up your security and your relationship with yourself, and nothing can topple you. The sun is conjunct Uranus, which is a great intensity because, of course, Uranus has changed signs, and therefore we have 7 years of a whole different vibe. And yours is about exploring, stretching, growing, trusting that you can go off and you can explore and you can experience new things and you can travel mentally, emotionally, sensually in a new direction. And even if you think, nah, I'm not doing that, Michelle, it's coming. Because Uranus is full of shocks and surprises, and yours are going to be pretty awesome along the way. Pluto is going retrograde, Saturn is going retrograde, and saying to you, do you know what? You deserve happiness, and you need to get to the roots of what makes you happy, and you need to fix anything in your past that took away your happiness, and you need to build your creativity and happiness back up because you deserve it. Take care, beautiful soul. Don't forget, come and see me on Instagram at Michele Knight, Michele Knight. Lots of love.